In the dimly lit catacombs of history, amidst the echoes of legends and whispers of ancient mysteries, there lies a quest that has intrigued scholars, adventurers, and believers for centuries. A quest that reaches deep into the heart of humanity's spiritual and mythological past, and captivates the imagination of those who dare to embark on it. The Holy Lance, purportedly the spear that pierced the side of Jesus Christ, has inspired countless tales of divine intervention, power, and destiny. But is it a relic of unparalleled significance, a conduit to the divine, or a product of the human desire to ascribe meaning to the unknown? In this gripping video, we will navigate through the annals of history and sift through the sands of time in search of the elusive Holy Lance. People have been enthralled by the spear of destiny's mystery for millennia. Since its association with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, this relic has attracted a great deal of attention. Everyone is curious as to who had the weapon after the day of Golgotha's crucifixion. We will examine several myths and conjectures about the weapon in this post. Scriptural account and early legend. The Gospel describes how Christ's side was pierced at the crucifixion. As stated in John 19:33-34, however, they refrained from breaking Jesus' legs upon realizing that he had already passed away. Rather, a soldier stabbed his side with a spear, and water and blood immediately spurted out. The soldier has historically been identified as Street Longinus. This is the fifth of the 5 holy wounds of Jesus' passion. Christian tradition states that Longinus had an eye ailment and was miraculously cured by the water and blood that trickled from Jesus' side when he was wounded. Most people recognize him as the centurion who was converted and said, "Truly this man was God's son," in Mark 15:39. The history of Longinus' spear, or lance, is the subject of many legends, and it has long been thought to possess magical abilities. It was thought that whomever had it controlled the world's fate, whether it was good or bad. Its history is replete with conflicting legends of saints or monarchs, and its medieval reputation was comparable to that of the Holy Grail. The legend begins. The finding of the Holy Lance by Christian crusaders in Antioch in June 1098 during the First Crusade is one of the most well-known stories about it. The finding of the relics spurred the crusaders to attack the Muslims, crushing them in combat and gaining Christian control of Antioch. However, disagreements over the legitimacy of the lance led to internal conflict among the crusaders, and Peter Bartholomew, the person who discovered it, was finally dismissed. A farmer named Peter said that Street Andrew had shown him the location of the lance in a series of visions. He related his visions to the commanders of the First Crusade, and Count Raymond of Toulouse was impressed, ordering a serious search for the lance, even if Bishop Adhemar of Le Puy doubted its veracity. Peter showed them the location of the lance and guided them to the Antioch Cathedral of Street Peter. He plunged into the hole and recovered a piece of iron that was thought to be the relic after a day of futile digging. The majority of the crusaders acknowledged its veracity and took the lance into war against the Muslims. Following the lance's recovery, Peter reported seeing Street Andrew again on many occasions when he received guidance on how to carry out the crusade. People started to question the genuineness of the Holy Lance and distrust Peter's visions as a result of his assaults on Bishop Adhemar's memory, who passed away in 1098, and the spread of his visions. Peter was burnt to death, and the Holy Lance was discredited when he agreed to put himself through a fire trial to verify his claims. Raymond of Toulouse's acceptance of Peter's visions had a negative impact on his reputation. Rulers won battles with the spear of destiny. Finally, the idea that the possessor of the Holy Spear might rule the whole globe. It may be because strong and prosperous emperors like Constantine the Great had the spear and their achievements were credited to their possession of the relic. The greatest thing about Constantine is that he made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. Religious customs and the ecclesiastical hierarchy were created during his rule. One legend claims that Constantine became an emperor because he used the Spear of Destiny to win a war. A significant weapon used throughout the Crusades was the spear. The First Crusade was characterized by the protracted and tiresome siege of Antioch. The Crusaders encountered a formidable force of Golgotha, which put them at a disadvantage. Their spirits were raised when the Holy Spear was found miraculously under the altar of the Temple of St. Peter. The responsibility of guarding the relic was taken up by Duke Raymond of Toulouse. The incredible discovery served as motivation for the Crusaders to go on with their fight. They began their attack on the enemy by charging on foot while brandishing Crusader swords. They were finally victorious in a significant battle that took place at Antioch on June 28, 1098, and the Holy Lance came to be associated with their triumph. The topic was discussed in more depth in the pieces that we have devoted to the history of the Crusades. There were several leaders that held the spear. For a period of time, it was possessed by Charles IV, who was the Holy Roman Emperor and the most well-known Bohemian monarch of the time. The powerful relic was among the precious relics that were stored at Karlstein Castle during the reign of Charles IV, who was an avid collector. After Charles's death, his son Sigismund was the one who took possession of the spear and was the one who arranged for it to be sent to Nuremberg. It remained there up to the time of the Napoleonic Wars, the Holy Spear, and World War II. Napoleon was making his way across Europe by means of the battlefield. The relic was concealed by the Habsburg kings in the treasury of the Vienna court. Despite its owner's best efforts, the spear was unable to secure victory for them in the Second World War. Adolf Hitler, a superstitious man, ordered that the Holy Lance, also known as the Spear of Destiny, be brought back to Nuremberg so that it could be venerated as a beloved Nazi relic. Hitler believed that the Holy Lance would allow him to lead his nation to greatness. One thing is certain, though: Hitler was not successful in using the spear to win battles. Whether or not the spear ever had supernatural powers will remain a mystery forever. It is no longer possible to ascertain with absolute certainty if the weapon that is revered as the Holy Spear was in fact the spear that was used to crucify Jesus. This is because of the passage of time. Immediately after the conflict, what happened to the mysterious artifact? When American soldiers found the Spear of Destiny buried deep below in a bunker, it caused quite a stir in the media. General George Smith Patton had to suppress the impulse to bring the item back to the United States of America, despite the fact that he was aware of the folklore surrounding it. At some time, an order was given to bring the relic back to its original home in Austria. There are innumerable relics, stories, and mysteries just waiting to be discovered, each of which holds a unique key to unlocking the secrets of our combined history. One such relic is the Holy Lance. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey, and if you've enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more thrilling explorations into the unknown. Until next time, may your quest for knowledge and discovery be as endless as the mysteries that surround us. If you have any suggestions, then feel free to tell us in the comment section below.